As you can see here, we focus on senior management, and we try to help them at the end to understand the challenging cyber risk that all of us are facing, trying to give them a broad vision. We don't give them technical issues about attacks or countermeasures they can use. Definitely they need just to take the decisions, but we want them to understand what is the risk, and they have to be managed. So as you see here, our first topic is focused on senior management. We have, I would say main part, but let's say some of the senior manager in big companies, maybe they don't really know what is how catastrophic could be a cyber attack against them. We've been a lot of attacks, information about the attacks that we had here in the US or in Europe, and definitely they have to be aware of those things. So another thing we believe is also an objective for us is going to be to involve the senior management into their security plans. We don't want them to design them or even to apply, but we want them to support them. You know, the main reason this kind of security plan doesn't success is because the support of the board of directors is not clear, maybe because they don't believe it's needed. So this is something we would like to focus on. And another thing is improving decision making. Decision making have to be based on facts. Sometimes a structure of companies doesn't have enough, they cannot gather enough information or accurate information enough to take an effective and efficient decision. So we would like to also help on this issue. There is for sure a lot of things to be done according to the technological innovation that are needed to face the future of cyber threats. So these are the two main goals of our network, of our initiative. So according to the motivation, okay, why Latin America, why MIT, and why now? So obviously, the first thing is so clear for you. So we share common culture, common social issues, so definitely we are closely related. It's a group of countries that had same needs, I would say. So then we have also Latin America, and I saw here in many of the countries we're presenting work here, is facing and is already taking a process of digitalization, a process of global interconnection. The infrastructure we saw here, every country is trying to get the internet to as much as they can in their country. So this society is going to need, for sure, a better security. So this is something also we have in Latin America in this moment. So definitely, I hear a lot of figures about how is cybercrime now in Latin America. And definitely, it's almost the same thing in all the world. But anyway, here in Latin America, it's clear that they need we need an improvement. So, and there is in Latin America, because of this process is becoming to take a fact in Latin America, there is no cyber structures in order to manage not only the challenges that we have now, the challenges that we want to have in the future. So this is why Latin America. Why MIT? MIT is a very well-known university. I would say that MIT genes is innovation. When a company needs to innovate in something, they hire MIT engineers. And we believe also that we have the experience. We have more than 150 years. So we've been dealing with a lot of things. And we have, I would say, a good reputation, like many other universities also all around the world. So, but we believe that this expertise and reputation is going to help us to engage with the senior management. We're going to help us to give them a clear message that is something they have to do, they have to put attention on. So we are also a non-profit organization. neutral. This initiative is going to be neutral. And also, given as MIT, as many of your organizations do, what we're going to do is all the results of the network are going to be open for everybody, like in MIT do with many other things. So, and now we have, even the main part of our students now are post-grade. So they come back to college, they come back for getting a new skill, for getting proficiency on certain aspects. So it's something we are used to it. So we know how to deal with this kind of very particular students. They know a lot of things, they teach us a lot of things, and we can deal with that. So this is why MIT, and why now you know all this for sure. It's kind of it seems that kind of all these challenges, all this cybercrime is getting bigger and bigger, and we look to be smaller and smaller. So definitely we have to change something. We have to change. We have to plan in advance. We have to put more technological innovation. Yeah, according to the impact of cyber threats, it's still not clear. We were talking here about trillions. That is pretty impressive for me. But you know, even this impact for our organization, I don't know if we can have many senior managers that have believed that they're going to can suffer something that can really be a catastrophic impact on their companies. Other thing is, I would say that now the challenge is bigger for Latin America, because the kind of threats we are dealing now are much more stronger than the threats we had in Europe a few years ago when we were doing this process of digitalization and global interconnection. So the good thing is that now we can collaborate. This is easier. We can coordinate, and something is going to help us. We can analyze a lot of data. We can collect all of that data and give results of that, so we can kind of counteract those threats. Oops. So here we select 6 items in order to kind of 6 problems we would like to solve in the beginning. So first thing is to help senior managers about the emerging cyber threats. They have to understand them, and they have to take all this information in order to support all the security policies, the security initiatives that are into their organizations. Prioritization of budget at the end. Everybody has clear that legal and regulatory compliance is something they have to do. But now, cybersecurity have to be also high in the list of things you cannot avoid to do. And finally, lead technological changes. We want the senior management understand that they have to lead a cultural change. We know that cultural change, any organization have really strong dynamics that are very difficult to break. It's very difficult. It takes years. But definitely we need to do this change in our organization. So we want these leaders to lead, to support vigorously these kind of changes for their organizations. You know, not only the board of directors are the ones that are taking decisions, they take advice from the C-level executives. And we would like also to put these other 3 issues that we would like to help with. There are how C-level executives help the senior manager. Okay, we need an effective communication, how to explain people at C-level that have technical background, how to explain these things to other managers that they didn't know that much about technological stuff. So how can we do that? We would like to give a guide for C-level executive in order to how to present risk analysis, how to present business impact analysis, business cases to the senior managers. Obviously, how to advise, how to get those advice being heard. And also, something that is very important, and that's the last point we have selected, is even communication and collaboration is important between C-level and board of directors. When you have a serious security incident, it's even more important. So we would like to train C-level for how to act during this situation, how to take the lesson learned, how to communicate with the senior management, and also with the exterior, with the media, all these kind of things that we know because we had this kind of problems in the past that can be really important for our organization, for limit what is the impact in our organization. So, as I said, our approach is, we believe that we have this potential, that we can adapt ourselves, our objectives to our members. So, this is a list where you can find a few things we think that we could do. And there is for sure training courses for advanced level executive, or inserting technological areas, I don't know, cloud computing, security, or public infrastructure, something that we can design because there is a need into our members. Other thing we can do is reports about the situation, something I read very good reports from many other organizations here. So reports, we can do guides in order to how to create a business case, how to present a business case. Models for the definition of policies and security plans. We know that these policies have to be bound to the organization, so for sure the only thing we can do is to design a model you can follow, but you can have to adapt it to the organization. Situational awareness, but not, we will take situational awareness sources and try to analyze them and get them to these senior management leaders in order them to have what is important for them, regulation, technological changes, things they have to face. Obviously, we believe that we can play a role for information sharing, maybe as establishing the procedures to do so between security operations centers. And we can do also short research stays. We believe that many of the members of our organizations, they need to get a proficiency on certain skills. They have ideas that could be helpful for the whole network. So we want them to come for a short stay at MIT, maybe to another organization too, and let them tell us what they know and try to help them in order to achieve a bigger goal. And obviously, research, we can do research and development, kind of the last one, but maybe it's one thing that we used to do more, about things like cybersecurity governance, tools to help these managers. So, but this, as I said, it's just a few ideas what things we can do. Our idea is to have to take all these ideas, to think about with obviously the strategic direction from the executive board, our advisory boards for the trends and evolution and needs from our members, and also research results. We're going to be studying few aspects of Latin American companies. We're going to have results, and we're going to take those results into consideration in order to define our new objectives. So this is just final things about how we think at the end. What we want is actually to join us. Okay, we have now 3 months in order to establish the whole consortium. So we are looking for, as you can see here, founders. We're looking for members. We're looking for advisory boards. So please ask me information if you want. You have my email. Then I'm going to be here. So it could be great if you can give me your feedbacks. And definitely, that's what we need. We need somebody now. The executive board is going to be based on MIT faculty, but the founders, we want companies or organizations that are focused on Latin America. That we want them to share the principles that we are founding this network. So, and we obviously want them to get economic support for sure. So, but definitely it's kind of the best moment to join us, because now this founder is going to help us to define what are the objectives for the following years. So Then we have our members, that is going to be membership for being there. And then all the resources of the network are going to be openly available for everybody, like as I said. So this is just a few. I will send you back the slides if you want, just a few notes about what are the benefits we found about to become an advisory board for MIT Latin American Cybersecurity Strategy Network, or a member or a founder. I don't know, if you're a founder, we're going to take you a company day in MIT, and we're going to take care of you for a day. I'm going to give you, for sure, training on certain aspects that you want. So anything you have doubts about that, you can ask me. And as I said, we have now 3 months in order to settle all the consortium, to arrange all the administrative issues. And our idea is to launch the network January 2016. So we are still in time. Once we have our founders, when we have the founders, we want to open it for the members, and we want to define the objective. We want to redefine the objectives. Obviously, the O2, we have already these ideas I presented to you about what kind of things we can do. And here you have we put a couple of these 2 initiatives. The first one, the number 3 is going to be the one trying to help senior management, and the one is trying to help C-level. So this is the idea that we have about just the first year. But hopefully, we hope to be longer than that, and hopefully we're going to be better than now we are, for sure, with your help. So this is it. Here you have my email. I will be more than glad to send you the slides as you want. We have a few documents too. I'm afraid some of them are only in Spanish yet, but they're going to be in English for sure. That's all. So thank you for your attention, and thank you double because I'm disturbing your lunch. So thank you very much.
Any questions?
Maybe I'll be around just in case you. Oh.
Gracias, José.
Sorry?
Oh.
Okay. Just for me to know, could you please tell me what kind of, if you work with a sensor network?
Yeah, advisory board, yeah.
Which using with what kind of software or?
You know, for sure.
Talk a little bit more about those sensors.
We want, you know, there are 2 things we need help for sure. So the advisory board is going to be formed by members of our founders for sure, but then we need 2 things for this advisory board. We need people who knows very well the Latin American and Caribbean market, and we need also senior managers, I would say, with expertise in cybersecurity in order to help us to direct the network. So these are the 2 main things we want for the advisory board.
Okay, and you also work with academic institutions, Latin American academic institutions?
Yeah.
Okay, it's nice to know.
Yeah, and certainly, you know, in the advisory board, it's going to be, for sure, other universities, and so we were thinking something like about 20 members of the advisory board, so it's pretty big to fit everybody, but definitely we will to join with some academia. I had some meetings here for people from Latin American universities that are also interesting, very interesting for us, to be honest. So,
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other question? Okay, Jose, muchas gracias. Thank you very much. This is very interesting, as we have discussed, and I think you're gonna receive feedback from different actors, and this is something
that you know. So we are one of the. I missed that. Let me see. So here we have 2 tentative dates for which is going to be our annual meeting for the network, and we are planning to have also an executive course for around March, in order to have one of the taste of what we want to do with. We want leaders to come. We want to show them technological advices, cyber threats, how to assess risk. It's something that in the beginning we were trying to do with Belisario at the UAS, and we would like to let you know, because maybe you know some people who could be interested in assisting to this course. So keep in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. And this is something that for sure we will, as we say, we will do the consideration that deserves, and this is something that is of a lot of interest for the organization. And again, we look forward to continue with the discussions on this. To all of you, Jose is going to be around until tomorrow, and I hope you find this lunch useful. Thank you very much for your time. I don't know if someone wants to say or have something else. If not, enjoy your lunch and coffee. I think should be ready.